Samson. We are going to be looking at maths today, and the topic is changing meters to centimeters. In our previous class, we saw how to change centimeters to meters by dividing by 100. Today we are going to see how to change meters to centimeters by multiplying by 100. Now there are some examples given to us. The first example is 3.43 meter changed to centimeter. In doing that, we multiply by 100. When you multiply by 100, then you draw the bar. Remember to put your multiplication sign. You now say 0 times 3 is 0. Remember, 0 multiplied by any number is 0. When you multiply 0 times 4, it gives you 0. 0 times 3 gives you 0. You come to the next line. 0 times 3 will give you 0. 0 times 4 will give you 0. 0 times 3 will give you 0. Then you come to the last number, which is 1. 1 multiplied by any number is that number. 1 times 3 gives you 3. 1 times 4 will give you 4. 1 times 3 gives you 3. Remember, when you're multiplying, you are using addition. You put your addition sign and add the numbers. You bring down your 0, bring down your 0, bring down your 3, your 4, and your 3. Now, this is your answer. But remember, we have decimal points. You count the number of decimal places. How do you do that? The number before the decimal place is your number of decimal places. Now we have 1, 2. You have 2 numbers before your decimal. Now we are going to count 1, 2 and put your decimal points here. Then when you pick out your answer becomes 343 centimeters. So converting 3.43 meters is 343 centimeters. Now we have the other method, we call it the shifting method. In the shifting method, you shift your number of decimal places depending the number of zeros you have in your number. In 100, we have 2 zeros. So you are going to shift your decimal places to 2 places. Now, you shift from where you have decimal points to 2 places. 1, 2. The decimal point comes after the number 3. So your number is now 343 centimeters, just the same way you had the first answer. Now let's go to our example 2. 0.07 meters to centimeter multiplied by 100. When you multiply by 100, 0 times 7 is 0. Remember, I told you 0 times any number is 0. You bring down your zeros, knowing that 0 multiplied by all this number will give you 0, 0, 0. The next 0 multiplied by all this number will give you 0, 0, 0. And 1 multiplied by 7 gives you 7. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 0 is 0. You bring down your number, put your addition sign. Now, when you bring out your number, remember the number of decimal places I said. You need to count 1, 2. You put your 1, 2 and put the decimal place. Now, remember 0, 0 before 7 is equivalent to as 7 because 0 before a number is equivalent as the number not being there. So your final answer will be what? 7. Using the other method, shifting method, we shift your number 1, 2 and you have 0, 0, 7. Then your number becomes 0, a 7. The final answer is 7 and you have your 7 up here too. Now, what you are going to consider next is changing meters to kilometers. How do you change meters to kilometers? You divide by 1000. Remember, this is different from the other one. This one is multiplied by 100. This one is divided by 1000. Now, we have this number 8,341 meters to kilometers. How do you do that? You put your number, your 1000 outside the box, then the number given to you to change, you put it inside the box. Now, 1000 divided by 8,341 is 8 times. 8 times 1000 is 8,000. Remember, you put your subtraction sign and draw your line. Now you have 341. 1000 cannot go to 341. You add your 0 and put your decimal point. Now, how many times can 1000 go to 3410? It's 3 times. 3 times 1000 is 3000. You bring down your draw your line and put your subtraction sign. Then bring your 410. 1000 cannot go to 410. You add your 0 to it. How many times can 1000 go to 4110? It's 4 times. 4 times 1000 gives you 4000. You are left with 100. Add your 0. 1000 to 1000 is 1. 1 times 1000 is 1000. Please remember, When you add your first decimal points, you don't add again, you only add zeros to the remaining numbers. Now, our final answer is 8.341. That's our answer. Using the shifting method, you have a decimal point here, you are going to shift it to your right. Now, you are going to shift it 3 times because 1,000 has 3 zeros. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. When you shifted your 3 numbers, you are left with 8.41. Shifting it this way, when your number shifts 1, 2, 3, you have 8.4341 kilometers. Now let's go to the second example. You have 4,812 meters to kilometers. You divide by your 1,000. Now, how many times can 1,000 go to 4,812? It's 4 times. 4 times 1,000 gives you 4,000. Remember your subtraction sign and draw the back. Then bring down your 812. 1,000 to 812 is not possible. You add your 0, put your decimal point. Then, how many times can 1,000 go to 8,120? Is 8 times. 8 times 1,000 gives you 8,000. Put your subtraction sign and draw your line. Then subtract. You have 120. Add your 0 to it. How many times can 1,000 go to 1,002? Is 1 time. 1 times 1,000 gives you 1,000. Draw your line and remember your subtraction sign. Then you subtract. You are left with 200. 1,000 cannot go into 200. You add your 0. 1,000 to 2,000 is 2. 2 times 1,000 is 2,000. Now in your shifting method, you have your 4,812. Now you are going to shift from your left hand side to the right. Shift from the right hand side to the left. 1, 2, 3. When you shift your numbers 3 times because you have 3 zeros, you have 1, 2, 3. You have 4.812 kilometers. Now, children at home, you have seen how to change meters to kilometers. In our next video, you will see how to change kilometers to meters. Go through what you have on the board and go to page 148. You see a lot of exercises for you to attend. We'll be right back